Hi everybody, I'm here in Maresme to talk to a very special person, a person that inspired my career, who I had the great privilege to work with. I think a real phenomenon in the car industry, Juan José Díaz Ruiz. Worked at Ford, worked in the Volkswagen Group, at Seat and Audi, worked in Toyota and in Fiat, an absolutely emblematic career. And somebody who was really managed to inspire me, particularly as a young man when I met you over 30 years ago here in Barcelona, you remember?
I do remember. And I think this question of inspiration is something mutual. Your Gaudinian style of management impressed me tremendously.
No, I remember when I'd just been at Seat, I think, for a couple of years. It was 91, 93, the years of the Olympic Games. And you were on your way to Audi for a huge challenge to set up sales and marketing for the first time in the history of Audi up to then. And you took me on a flight with you to Munich. And on the flight, I remember you working on me all the flight, telling me, you're wasting your time in personnel. You're a sales and marketing guy. You need to come back to Munich with me and Ingolstadt, no, and set up sales and marketing at Audi.
First of all, I have had the experience of having to build up for nothing an organization in Seat. And I imagine that that's the job that we had to do in Audi. And what I needed, young people like you, full of energy, with this attitude in their eyes of nothing is impossible. So I said, Wayne has to be part of the team.
I remember some of the things that you say to the team. Now you have to fight, and this is not going to be easy. And tenemos que luchar, wir müssen kämpfen. You know, you should speak in German. Kämpfen, gas. This was me, always for me, Díaz Ruiz. Gas. And it would always, I found remarkable your ability to maintain this energy level. How you get this energy out of yourself. Where does your internal energy come from that you inspire so many people? Because that's what you did. You filled everybody with this energy that everybody was fighting, and we were all warriors and going out to do this huge objective.
That energy is something that, I have energy and you have energy, and together we energize each other. That energy came from seeing how you guys were progressing, how we were slowly advancing. This is what I'm saying about motivation. You give and you take. And that generates this energy that says, okay, we got to do it. We got to do it. We have the capacity. So now the brand or the company depends on us. So let's fight. Gas.
I found remarkable your ability to maintain this energy level at that level that, okay, we're all a bit younger then, but that amount of energy, but not only that, to really make people believe in that they could do it and really inspire them, make them believe in themselves, because if they hadn't, they wouldn't have all worked 20 hours a day or whatever we were working back then.
We were talking about inspiration. That is exactly this attitude that I found in you. And this attitude to get people involved and to get people to get self-confidence came from this feeling. Look, I know it's difficult, but let's do it together. And I have a lot of examples which I lived from outside Seat, where you are doing and you did exactly that. Show by example, by leading people how to do it. Not just having brilliant ideas, but also they show them the capacity that it could be done.
I also learned from you as well, you motivated the team by, even those small successes on the way, celebrating those successes.
Indeed, and again, sharing. You as a manager are very little, or as a director, or as a president. You depend on the people that work for you. So if those people are behind you and they feel happy, they feel that they are achieving something, they are becoming more self-confident and therefore more capable and happier with themselves.
Obviously now we're in the biggest transformation of our industry, from combustion to electrification, different business model. What advice would you give how we can overcome that and get the people behind this joint vision?
My opinion is that indeed the industry has to reconvert itself. But at the same time, the basics do not change. Those that are closer to the market, those that respond to customer needs, those will be successful. With CUPRA, you have been able to complement SEAT when nobody really thought that there was a space in the market for CUPRA. You had the vision to show the people, look, it can be done. And here it is, CUPRA. And now CUPRA is one of the big success stories in the car industry.
Juan Jose, thanks for inspiring me as ever. Thanks for believing in me. Before I came here, you gave me this book when I came back to SEAT in 2016, when I rejoined SEAT in October, 5 years ago now, time flies. And you titled the book then, SEAT Ambición de Superarse, I think more true than ever. And then I read the book again before I came here today. And I was amazed to see how many things in there are still as true today as they were when you wrote the book. I think you wrote the book over 10 years ago. The most emotional thing for me when I read your dedication in here, I don't know if you were visionary then or you have a crystal ball, but you finish your dedication to me and you say, será un parte responsable de que esta historia tenga un final feliz. You said to me then that I would be responsible for making sure that this history, the history of SEAT, has a happy ending. And that is true. It's become my destiny. I didn't know it then. But you seem to have an idea back then that it could be the way. I thought that was
I was sure of that.
quite strange. Coming back to SEAT after 25 years, being here with you 25 years ago and then being with you here today, 30 years later, is for me a huge pleasure. It's great that we're still in touch. You've really inspired me all my time, not only in the time we've worked together, but you've always been a source of advice for me. You always know that in my key movements, I've always consulted you, and in my time at SEAT as well, and I'd like to continue using your experience and knowledge, but more than that, your style of way of moving things, of moving mountains. I'd like to count on your support in the future.
You have it, and of course, this is my house, but it's your house.